perennial or every year annual Premier League teams when I was younger. Yeah, well, like as I say, I think it's probably because of that game against Man United, where United wore the grey jerseys and they thought they couldn't see each other. I think, for that reason alone, I think Southampton should be in everybody's hearts. But I would like to see them get back up in the horse again. I think and the reason I'm saying that is I think it's becoming a bit worrying in the Premier League when we're looking at how much of a tonkin teams are getting that are coming up, and how much outside of the box thinking teams are trying to do. And I know it's only a 2-year sample set, but last year 3 teams came up, 3 teams went back down. We're looking at that happening again this year potentially, and you don't want to have season after season and season after season of that happening, because we talk about breaking the glass ceiling and getting to the top 6. We talk about a Super League. What is the point in getting, like, if you're going to get promoted to get relegated and keep the parachute payments and stuff like that? That's going to become a kind of it's going to be like there's going to be a point of diminishing returns in that. So from that point of view, I think teams like Southampton and the like need to really look at staying up in the league. And I know that's what this Southampton team obviously tried to do, but I hope they get back up in the horse. So what I'm trying to say here is I hope that there's a gulf beginning to grow between the Southamptons, the Sheffield United, teams that were able to get into the Premier League and stay there for 2, 3, 4 seasons in a row, and now they're not. Even the Leicesters of this world. And I know Leicester will say that they've been terribly run for the last couple of years, but I just don't want to see the Premier League becoming that closed shop for the top 17, 16. I want teams to come in like Forest and upset the apple cart.
When you become an established team, it becomes harder to get relegated. It's harder now to come up and stay as an established team. Ourselves and Forest being the outlier in recent times. But you look at those yo-yo teams, Southampton, Norwich, Leeds. It's a dangerous game going up and down with parachute payments. Look what Blackburn tried to do, and they never got back. How many years since Blackburn went down? It must be 15 years, is it?
They're another team I'd love to have back up, yeah. But and you mentioned Norwich there. Norwich more or less came out almost and said our business model is pocket the parachute payments. And cross our fingers, Timu Pukki can score 25 goals in the championship and we'll win the championship next year, every year, and then keep on getting promoted. And look, that'll get you so far. And look, I can understand why Norwich want to do that. Look, smaller fan base, could have a huge fan base over there, but a smaller fan base have to live on pockets of 2-3 years of success. And that's fine. I'm not being derogatory towards Norwich or anything like that, but I want teams to put 2 or 3 years together before going back down. I don't want to see the Premier League turn into this 3 promoted teams come up, 3 promoted teams go back down again, That for me is that's worrying for the state of the football pyramid as a whole, that the gulf would grow that much over a 2 or 3 year period. Because if that continues to start happening,